Stay tuned for this week's video because one of you has given me the best idea to bring you tutorials that you need at home. Hey guys, welcome back. This week's a little bit special because one of you has sent me a photograph in of your makeup bag and asked me to show you how to use it. One of my clients suggested, if I send you a photograph, can you show me how to use all the products that are inside? And I know that there is tons of you at home that's got things lining the bottom of your makeup bag you've got no idea to use. I even heard of one client, she bought the products and a few months later, because she'd not used it, she chucked it in the bin and didn't even open it. She didn't use it. What? So if you have anything lying around in your makeup bag, or you have your whole makeup bag and you want to send me a photograph and say, can you please give me some tips on how to use this? Send me a picture of you, send me a picture of your makeup bag and let me know what's in the makeup bag so I know what I'm working with. Because sometimes the products like this one I couldn't quite see what was in there. So I've had to have a bit of a guess on some of them. But I do know this client, I've worked with her a lot. I also did her wedding. This is the photograph that I got. So you can definitely see she has got foundation and concealer in there. I think the concealer looks like a Rimmel one. You can also see she's got Hydra Veil or Radiance Veil from Illamasqua. I've got both, but I prefer the Radiance because it gives you a little bit more sheen. Then it looks like she's got one of the MAC Mineralized powders. I love Deep Dark because you can kind of do a bit of a contour bronze with the same one. And Give Me Sun's quite popular, but that's a little bit warmer, so it only really works on people that are very tanned, and I know that Sarah's not tanned. And then there's also, I know she definitely said there's a highlighter on there. I'm not sure what highlighter, so I've kind of used one that I've got in my kit. A few different things, so we're going to be working through anyway. And she's also got these makeup brushes, so she wants to know which makeup brushes you can use for what. Now, let me tell you, you can use your makeup brushes for whatever you damn please. You don't have to use an eyeliner brush to do eyeliner. You could be doing intricate details and creating something fancy all over your face. You could be putting on tiny freckles. You can double up concealer brushes. You might want to use that to do eyeshadow and do a little bit of like smoke underneath your eye with them because they're nice and thin. You can use them for absolutely anything. Just remember to wash them before you go and use them somewhere else because you might mix the colours up and that probably won't work that well. Let's get to the tutorial. I've got some of the Radiance Veil from Illamasqua, which is what is in that photograph. And that is like this. It gives you a little bit of a radiance, and obviously Radiance Veil, grab a little bit of this out. I like to put this across the high points of your face, so everywhere where you kind of want a bit of sheen, you can see that already. So excuse this as well because I had a little bit of a treatment done, and naughty, some people will agree with that and some people won't, but it's pretty my face. Foundation that's in the picture, I'm not quite sure which one that is, so I'm just going to use the one that I would normally use on a day-to-day basis, and this one is from Rimmel. And I can think that the concealer that's in that picture is a Rimmel one as well. So I am just going to use the slightly lighter one of this. And if I'm doing my foundation in the morning, I literally dot my foundation on the end of a brush. You dot it over my face and then whiz it on. Put in the main parts of the product into the biggest areas so that when you blend off and it comes down to here, you're not going to end up with a big foundation line. So a bit more into the end of the brush again. Then concealer, I think the one that's in the picture is Rimmel. So I've got a Maybelline one, which is one of the eye erasers. Love these ones. And this one is in Warm Light. So I've taken the sponge off for hygiene off the end, and she's got a kind of a flat paddle brush in there. So this one is a PC50, and I'm just going to dot this underneath the eye. And dot this. I'm only taking it, I've only added a tiny bit, and I've only picked up, kind of blended it off, and then took a bit off it, and then take a bit more, because a little goes a long way. I'm just going to brighten up those areas so we look a little bit more alive. And then I like to use a bit of a fluffy brush to blend this out rather than patting in with this, so it's a little bit lighter. So I'm going to pat with this, which kind of gives you the feel of working with a beauty blender type of thing. So that right up to the lash line. And then the end of my lashes are, and taking that up and following the shape of my eye. So you could use this as eyeshadow base if you wanted to. I've already done a bit of the foundation over my eye, so let's take a little bit of this under the brow, because I'm only allowed to work with what's in that photograph. So if you have any products sat in your makeup bag you're not sure how to use, let me know what they are below, or if you want to come and find me on Instagram, and you can send me over a photograph of what you would like a tutorial on, and you can send me a picture again of some of your products if you want to. Just drop me a list in though of what the products are so I know what I'm working with, because I can find my alternative here, and then that stops you running out trying to find other products that are the same as mine, that it shows you what you can use as alternative. So now I'm going to switch to dark golden from MAC. Now I think this is what's in the photograph because that looks really, really similar, but I just can't read what the title is. There's a nice big fluffy brush in that picture. This is a PC08. So let's take this up. So I'm going to go in under the cheekbone with this for this look. Under the cheekbone, just to give you a bit of a lift. And then that's going to kind of work as our bronzer at the same time. So I'm going to take a little bit of that down the sides of the nose. And because the brush is angled, when I push this in, it's only taking that bit there. So it's only catching the end. So I'm not having to put the whole brush on my face. It looks like a really big brush. I'm just catching it with the very, very edge. And then some of that underneath your jawline. So because this one is mineralised powder, these ones are really good for contouring because they've got a very slight mushroomy tone, rather than, it's very different. If you put it next to one of your bronzers, you'll see the tone is ever so slightly off. Your bronzer will be more warm, and then this one will have a very slight cooler tone to it. And then you can also go in and use that for contouring your eye out and making like you've got a little bit of shadow on. And this time I'm going to use this brush, which I think is also in there, and that is a PC37. Same one. I always like to put my product on and then I kind of dot it around the mirror as well, you know, so it kind of makes sure the product's dispersed. And then just take that and give the eye a little bit of a bronze just to open it up, and then blue or green eyes, it will make your eyes look brighter and bring the colour out. And then if you've got more of a hazel eye or anything, it looks quite sultry on those type of eyes, so it's nice. It works on every single eye colour. I think the only people that might struggle is someone that was really, really fair, and in which case you can just switch that up to something that's a bit cooler or pinker. And do the same again, because this goes into a little neat tip at the end. I'm just going to go under. It's definitely got a highlighter in that list, but I'm not sure what highlighter. I'm going to go to my favourite Oh Faithful, and this is Soft and Gentle from MAC. Now those really pretty kind of tulip shaped brushes are perfect for doing your highlighter. I haven't got one of those, but I will be getting one now I've seen that. I'm just going to use the tip of this brush. If anyone's got any angle brushes, they're great because you can use them for bronzer. You can use this to go in and do your contour, and then you can use the very, very edge to do your highlight. So I'm just going to pick up with the edge of the brush there and just use that. And then I'm going in I'm staying on the top of the cheekbone, but just kind of gently flicking it out side to side so that you're not going to end up with a stripe. If you have any photographs done, I'm going to go down a little bit down the centre of the nose. If you're greasy skin, you will not like it probably down the centre of your nose, so just leave that. You don't have to do every single thing that someone does in a tutorial. Take eyelid, make the eyelid pop forward, put a little bit of highlighter on there, and use our liquid eyeliner. So mine's from Huda Beauty, not quite sure where the one in the picture is from. I'm from the bottom of my lash line, and then I'm literally using the very, very edge of that brush to delicately put a bit of a guideline in to see where we want to go. And then I'm going to go back, I've done another dip so it's not dripping. I'm going to go to like 2/3 of my eye here, and then I'm going to tap to join that up. Now your eyeliner will all depend on your eye shape. There. And then I'm going to fill that in. can go really thin. You can do a very, very slight. So just to there, which will open the eye, make it look a little bit bigger, give a bit more definition and lift. But now we've kind of done 2/3 what we can do for a day-to-day look and with some mascara on. I'm just going to do a very, very fine line and bring that in so that when we come to transform ourselves at the end of work, we haven't got much time. So then that's pretty much done. So let's go. And this is how I'm holding myself in the mirror. So I've got the mirror there. You can see the side of my face coming in this way. I'm turning my face this way and looking in the mirror there. So I can get right down into looking downwards a little bit at the mirror. Head is kind of held up a little bit, but I'm not leaning right back. And that's just stretching out all the eye so I can get that line right the way over. Mascara, so I've got exactly the same one which she's got in that photograph, which this is the Maybelline Colossal, and it is also a waterproof. I'm obsessed with using waterproof mascaras. Don't want anything to move up. Next, brows. No idea what she's got for brows on there, but High Definitions Brow Tech, which has a little brush on the end, and then it's got a retractable pencil on the other side. So you can do hair strokes and you can make it look a bit like a powder as well. So line your eyebrows up. So I like to get my centre in first. Centre in first and make sure that's close enough where you want it. And then I'll go to the tail and then get that a little bit more defined. It was like a slightly stronger taper, because these can disappear a little bit on photographs as well, so it's kind of nice to have a little bit more oomph to the end and then go a bit softer in the middle, so you've kind of almost got an ombre, but you'll have to go a little bit higher above and then just build that out and then drag that down. Just because this eyebrow is a little bit light. The hair strokes on this one, because this one starts a little bit slightly. Well, that's a couple of hair strokes in the front. So we're going to go in now with a lip, and I know that Sarah loves a red lip, so let's go red. This is another retractable. This one is from Pierre René. These ones are waterproof. I love them. Outline your normal lip first and then assess it. So it needs to come up on the other side. And then this dips in here. So let's fill that out as well. There, and I'm still keeping proportions in with where my lip ends. I'm not taking it out any further. Otherwise that can look like you've been sucking lollipops. And then I'm going to fill in and then reassess. A little bit of MAC Ruby Woo. I use these on clients, so I've gone off and took a little bit off the top of that. Spatula. This is a brush from Laura Mercier, and you can see it's like this. This one is an eyeliner brush for doing a wing eyeliner, but I also like to double it up as a lip brush. I was telling you, you can use your brushes for anything you darn well please. So obviously daytime you might not want to wear a full-on red lip, but transforms and then you're ready. So then you can pop a lash on. And that is it. Finished. So you don't have to do the eyelash, you don't have to do the lip, but Sarah had specifically asked me for a look that could be switched from day to night with the products that are in the picture. If you want to see my little hack for putting your own eyelashes on, this one is a game changer, so go and check it out. If you want to look up a basic blending for eye makeup, go and check out the other videos. There's a ton more you can check out. Let me know in the comments if you have anything sat at the bottom of your makeup bag that you would like to see. And if you want to delve in more, drop me a message over on Instagram, because I'm going to be doing another live lesson. So it's a virtual makeup lesson that takes you step by step. You'll be working from home. Nobody can see you, but you can all see me. It's interactive, so you can ask questions as we're going along. I give you different products that you can use instead of the ones that I'm using, so you get different variations. There's no need to run out and buy a ton more things. And you can send me questions in before the live starts if there's anything particular you want me to focus on, so that I can help you along the video. There's also a help group and discounts and things like that. So if you fancy joining that, then please come and see me over on Instagram and drop me a DM. But otherwise, I will see you next week for next week's video. Take care. Bye.